everybody. Welcome to Disney News Update from LPTV, coming to you live from Northern California. I am Doobie Mosley. My partner to my, how would you say this? To my left is Kyle Burbank. Kyle Burbank, who is the managing editor here at Laughing Place. How you doing today, Kyle?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good. And I am the, that's not good.
Co-founder of laughingplace.com since 1999. Doobie.
Sorry about that. Got tech issues on the side. All right, so we are here to catch you up on what's been going on the past 24 hours in the world of Disney news, bring you some Disney fun, and later on we're going to bring you a live walk and talk from Disney Springs with Jeremiah Good. We're also going to have special guest Tony Betty today joining us to talk about some of the things occurring in the world of animation. So it's going to be a fun day here with you folks. And as always, we like you to be a part of it. So if you're watching us live, please feel free to comment and become a part of the party. Hey. We start this show like we start most shows, a look at Disney's share price. And Cher should have told me I should have shared my screen, and I didn't. Now.
Well, before you ask me, I'm going to be optimistic today and say that the stock is up a little bit. I know it went down on fears of Avatar after that first weekend, but Avatar has been holding decently, so maybe people will.
The S&P is down almost 1%.
Now so, it is
1%. Given that, do you want to stick with your Disney prediction that it's actually up a bit?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Oh, wait. Sorry, got to share the tab. Congratulations. Disney stock is up 1.38% this morning. So if you woke up this morning and said, let me buy some Disney stock and then sold it right now, you've made 1% in just a matter of hours. Congratulations. You are a genius. Why do you shake your head when I say that, Kyle?
Don't do that. Also, I know there's no trade fees on things like some apps, but you do have to, if you sell a stock in less than a year, then you have to pay income tax on it instead of capital gains tax. So if
I did not know that.
That adds up a lot.
I did not know that. But when you make 1% in 2 hours, it's worth it. I mean, that's more than a lot. All right. So we're gonna, and if you make 1% in 2 hours, prorated over an entire year,
that's 37 times your initial.
That's pretty good.
And if you shuffle a deck of cards.
All right, so we're going to start this off with some news that just dropped this morning. It is 2023. Everybody wants to get healthy, of course. Disney is here for you in the new year. Yoga is back at Disney Springs. Health and wellness presented by Advent Health. And here, let me get so at Disney Springs, once every Tuesday in January, you can go and do complimentary. That's the key here. Complimentary. This isn't yet another Disney upcharge. This is complimentary. Get down here and get a better view. So you can, they have Lululemon doing it on January 6th, and then Fabletics, and then Lululemon again, and Fabletics. So join, be a part of it. It's free. I think we plan on sending Jeremiah out there to cover it for us, if I'm not mistaken. He's really good with the yoga, I believe.
We could send Becca down there. She'd love that.
Does she like yoga?
Yeah.
I did my very first yoga class a couple weeks ago.
Oh wow.
I got very comfortable with the child pose because whenever they were doing something I couldn't do, it's just right back to child pose. So, but it was very good. I hope to do many more. Have you done it before?
Not in a real class, but we've done some at home watching YouTube videos. And I also laugh because there's down dog and up dog. And then after having a dog and see her do those poses every morning, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's where that comes from.
They do. Would you feel comfortable doing your yoga class at Disney Springs as guests are walking around doing their thing?
Well, I assume it's going to be in this. Is this in the store? No, in the garage. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it could be worse.
Outside Ever After Jewelry at 9:15 in the morning.
Oh, complimentary parking is available. Okay.
Yes, but it is outside. It's outside the jewelry store. I would do it. I go to the gym. I don't care what I look like. I would happily exercise. I've done a flash mob dance thing inside of a Macy's before that they asked us to do. If you want to laugh at me, I don't care. All right. And then some other huge. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Before we get to that, so Disneyland tweeted this morning. We've been talking about the Disney 100 and when it's actually going to kick off, and apparently Disneyland has made it clear. Disney 100 does not kick off on January 1st. It's almost here. Disney 100 celebration kicks off on January 27th. Drop a heart if you're planning to join this once-in-a-lifetime celebration. The obligatory tickets and reservations required. So.
A purple heart, which is interesting because I don't know if you can. I think when you like it just turns red. So
Let's see.
I don't know if they want us to comment.
It just turned red. Should I comment a purple heart?
I guess so. I don't quite know what they want.
Oh, yeah. I'm confused. Anyway, I dropped a heart. They also have this cool wishing star there. So this brought up some Disney history, and it got me looking at one of the things we talked about internally and then externally is some breaking news Disney history, which is almost an oxymoron, but in this case, it's not. As we learned, Kyle, you can tell us about this.
So this was actually Lego on their description of the brickhead set that we talked about yesterday. They first of all mentioned that Mickey Mouse is the first ever animated character, right after saying that Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is Disney's first character. So I guess that means that Oswald is actually a physical live action rabbit. But then also it says that Tinkerbell is the first Legoland mascot. I didn't know that Disney licensed her for that purpose. I know she was the first Disneyland mascot because they were afraid about tying Mickey Mouse to something they thought might fail. But yeah, some interesting history we're learning from Legoland. They even have the registered trademark on Legoland. So that's how you know it's official, and they totally thought this through.
That was hilarious. You read a lot of press releases and things like this. Do you encounter a lot of errors like this that just make you crack up?
Sometimes we've gotten things like, hey, can you please post this graphic we made of the top 10 Pixar movies, and they include one from DreamWorks, and we're like, yeah, we're not posting that. It happens a lot in just all sorts of mainstream news. When you know so much about a subject, you realize like the little errors that don't really mean anything. I think the most recent example was when they were talking about the Chapek ordeal, and they mentioned, oh yeah, he spent the meeting talking about the not so scary Halloween party at California Adventure. And you're like, no, the not so scary Halloween party is at Magic Kingdom. Oogie Boogie Bash is at California Adventure.
It is funny. I'm like that with computer stuff when they'll be talking about computer stuff in movies, and we track down his IP on the dark web, and okay, that might actually make sense. I don't know anything about the dark web, but that's an example of what I'm talking about. It just makes you crack up. What is your expertise? Finance that makes you laugh when you see it?
I mean, probably less so. It's more so Disney, I think.
I know you're a financial guru too. So. Sorry, we just got something.
Comment.
Oh, cool.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Who said that? Oh, Happy New Year, Hampton. Hampton Wood Turnings. Dude, you are destined to be great with a name like that. That is really awesome.
I don't know if that's a name. I think that might be it could be a profession and name. It's very old school.
Yeah, like blacksmith. No.
Yeah.
What's that profession? But that's not a real name.
Cobbler.
Yes, that's a very common last name. We just got some breaking news out of Run Disney. Thank you to Statboy for passing this on. It is marathon month, of course. Are you guys participating in the marathon this year?
I don't know if we have plans to. I know Becca wants to because she's done a Run Disney 10-mile or longer every year since 2012. So I think she wants to, but we don't have anything purchased yet.
Well, if you're interested in doing it next year, the news has just come out. Event registration and dates for the 23-24 Run Disney race season have just come out via Run Disney's Twitter. So
the Disneyland the big news here, the Disneyland half marathon. This is the first time they've come back to Anaheim in several years. Although I'm a little disappointed, I don't see at first glance, I don't see any Paris races, and those have been suspended for a while. They were initially going to add a second race to Paris. They used to just do the half marathon weekend and then they were adding another one, and that never got to happen. So I hope that those come back because those are a lot of fun as well.
You can find this on Run Disney Twitter. It's on the Disney Parks blog right now. It'll soon be on Laughing Place if it's not already. Tony gets to work.
I don't think we wrote it in 7 minutes, but
Tony can be very fast when he wants to be. He's got a deadline. Virtual series in June, November 2nd through 5th, the Wine and Dine Half Marathon, the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, January 3rd through 7th. It is all 2024. I'm sorry, 2023 and 2024. That's 2024. The Half Marathon Weekend, January 11th through 14th, 24, and Disney Princess Half Marathon Weekend, the one I would love to do someday, February 23rd through 25th, 24, and Run Disney Springtime Surprise Weekend, April 18th to 21, 24. So that Disneyland was pretty exciting. You've done one at Disneyland before, you said?
We did they used to have Marvel races, Avengers Half Marathon Weekend. So we did that the first year and then through the last year. So that was 4 years. The first year we just did the half marathon, and the subsequent years we did the Infinity Gauntlet Challenge, which is the 10K and the half.
This is the kind of fun you can experience on these races. You probably got some really cool pictures doing an Avengers.
Yeah, those were fun. That's where, that was the first time we'd see, I think the first time we saw Black Widow or definitely Hawkeye in the parks. I think I'm missing because, Disney World can't do Avengers races. So that was kind of something cool that was exclusive to the West Coast. So I hope they bring that back. It's not on this schedule, but maybe in 2025. We'll see.
Yeah, it's nice to see them bringing back Disneyland. There's always a fear when something goes away, something like that goes away, even for a reason like it did, that it's never going to come back. So, yay for the West Coast runners. And this is what it's like to actually run through Sleeping Beauty Castle, which has got to be a pretty cool experience. Only people who get to do that are the people who opened it in 1955 and 1983 and the Run Disney people. Otherwise, you get chastised, no running in the park.
It does feel weird when you're running through and actually, that's actually a part where I do run, because when I can't run the entire half marathon, but I always make sure to run through the castle, partially because it's a decline. So it's really easy to gain some speed there. And
I've done, the longest I've done is a 13K. Hey, Happy New Year, Charlotte.
That's really good. 13K.
It was about 8 miles. It was about 8 miles. And I don't believe
Palms
I ran.
Sweaty, your knees were weak, your arms were heavy.
Mom spaghetti. Yeah. So I made a big mistake when I finished that race. I'd never done anything that long. I walked the whole thing. I can't run. But I got tired. I sat down for a long time. And then as I walked to my car, I cramped up like nobody's business. I was terrified that my legs were about to fall off. I was laying on the ground.
Something similar where I didn't feel hungry, but I should have eaten and replenished, and then sat on a bench. It didn't cramp up, but I just, felt so tired. And it was quite an ordeal trying to get back to the hotel from Disneyland. I was like, oh my God, all I want to do is just lay here.
I did lay on the ground. I was feeling lightheaded too. I had the guys come over and look at me, and they're like, dude, you're fine. Get your butt up and go home. You're no, they weren't. They were very kind, of course. Disney's people are very kind. All right, Kyle, do you recognize where this picture is from?
Is that Shanghai?
It is Shanghai. I'm very proud of you, considering you've been there.
It was 6 years ago, 7 years ago almost.
What do you have? No memory?
I have memory, but it was a whirlwind. I took 6 flights to get there.
This is a cool shot. I've never been to Shanghai, but looking at this, the canoes and these ships here, this is pretty amazing. I hope to visit this someday. Shanghai looks like a beautiful park. If I do visit it, it is going to cost me a pretty penny, because much like every other Disney park, Shanghai Disneyland is raising prices on June 23rd. Being the finance guy you are, can you put this in some kind of perspective for us?
Well, I think it's interesting they announced it. So they actually announced this on December 23rd. We must have missed it in the holiday hubbub. We're just surprised that the park is still open. But yeah, so like here, they do have different tiers. So they have the regular plus, peak, and peak plus. And they're still fairly cheap. If you look, a 1-day ticket is in US dollars is still only going to be less than $70. So by comparison, even their peak day is 115, which I think is less, or actually it's about equal, because I think 114 at Disneyland is the absolute lowest 1-day, one park.
You know, imagine getting into a Disney park in America for less than $70. That's for a 1-day ticket. That's mind blowing. And I just noticed this: they give approximately 25% discount to children, seniors, and guests with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That is not the case. Children do have a lower price here. I don't know if it's that much lower, but seniors and disability, presumably these are the people that can't ride all the rides. There is no such thing as a discount for that here in the United States. So that's pretty cool. And
yeah, but fairly modest raises. You see there, like the largest one looks like it's 40, 45 yuan.
And and they give you lots of notice too.
Yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. It seems like they did the same thing previously. I don't know why. I don't know if there's some sort of rule if they need to give 6 months notice, but
that could be, yeah. 6 months notice. So you got to figure the park's going to be pretty packed on June 22nd and then pretty empty on June 23rd. Hey, Gio. Nice to see you. Good morning. How you doing, clown? That face is effective. So, Gio, what's going on today? One of our regulars there. How's life treating you today?
And Charlotte, thanks, Charlotte. Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year. And then, Tony, if you're out there, we're going to be wanting you soon. Let me get a message to him. Get his butt in here. Soon. Come on. All right. But there he is. He is watching the show. But before we do you watch Secret of Sulfur Springs?
Becca does, and she quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, my wife does too. Maybe it's a show meant for Rebecca's. So they have put out a sneak peek for season 3. My wife and son thoroughly enjoyed the first season together, and then somewhere between season 1 and season 2, my son grew up. So he stopped watching TV with his parents quite as much. But I think my wife did watch season 2. I watched some of it. It's pretty compelling for a family show. So let's watch the sneak peek that they put out just yesterday for season 3.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
I was here. I still feel a presence. Something happened in this room. Something violent. Sudden.
Yeah, but if this ghost won't communicate with us, how will we know who it is? Anything?
No. Nothing.
If it's not in here, then where else would it be?
Or who else is it haunting? Ben, did you see it? The shadow. You must have seen it.
Sarah? Sarah?
It was here. The ghost was here.
Is it wrong that I was actually scared for a second?
Oh my goodness, this is for kids and families?
They didn't actually do the jump scare, though.
That's terrifying. That's like, first of all, nice to see the Lost Smoke Monster got some work. I was worried about him for these past weeks. But that is like legit scary. Anyway, Disney Channel, check it out. Secret of Sulfur Springs coming this spring. on the Disney Channel, season 3. Yeah, that was scary. I'm not sure my son can handle that. Thank you, Gio. Exactly. It looked just like the smoke monster from Lost. So, all right. Speaking of Lost, let us bring on Tony Betty. He's a Lost soul. A Lost soul. How you doing, Tony?
You're referencing the movie Soul, and I thought you didn't like it.
No, I'm actually referencing both the TV show Soul Train and the classic cinema Soul Plane.
You haven't been out with me, Doobie. You can't tell me my dance moves. Just a lot of this going on while everybody around me applauds. It's going to be great.
The lights are off. The holiday's over. It's so sad.
I know. What's
hold
the
on.
tree,
Let's
Tony?
fix that. Let's fix that.
The lights are cool. The tree needs to go.
Tell that to my other half.
Oh, the tree is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So this is Tony Betty. Tony Betty, what is your official title here at Laughing Place?
I do believe it was described last time I joined you guys as peon.
Yeah, you act like everything's fine, and then you bring it right back up. First thing. Tony handles animation, all things animation here at Walt Disney World. No,
I do believe the two I have are VP of animation content, Senior Director of Dollywood content, and my self-titled Corporate Chief Officer of World of Color coverage.
Okay, thank you. And the reason we brought him on here, in addition to a sparkling personality, we're actually going to keep him on for a while, even once we get past the animation stuff. But Disney Channel released a Clown is in His Basement. Is Disney Channel released I guess a sizzle reel for coming up in 2023. A lot of that being animated.
It was fun to watch and be like, oh yeah, that's happening this year, and that's happening this year. So yeah.
So let's watch that real quick together, and then we'll have Tony talk about some of it. Say together.
You have to actually share your screen.
Actually share my screen. Here we go.
What's up? Watch this. Boom. Time to make some noise.
Did you see it?
Something's coming.
Witches? Demons?
What if we're too late? We have to believe it'll all work out.
It's a sign. We're doomed. You've lost, Ladybug.
Scratch? Are you kidding me? Tacos? Now? We're taking our power back. Now it's time to plan a heist.
I did not see that coming.
A good witch always has to have her hat.
I'll never give you my miraculous. Together, there is no challenge that can hold us back.
I think we make a very good team.
Yeah.
I've been saving this for a special occasion.
Disney Channel 2023. So Tony, what strikes you there, especially from the animation category? I believe you're a fan of Owl House.
Owl House, yeah. The finale is coming up this year, sometime. We don't know when. We do know Dana Terrace tweeted the other day, basically wishing everybody happy New Year, and basically saying that they're still in production of the actual finale. The second part of the finale is set to air later this month, and then at some point in the year we'll get the actual finale. So
I know Owl House is a show that has a lot of huge fans. For those of us who don't watch it because it's on Disney Channel and we feel we're adults, what are we missing? What is special about Owl House?
First of all, I'll tell you right now, it's actually not. It's ending because it skews older. And doesn't really fit the Disney Channel demographic. For the record, let's just put that there, right there. But it's a really deep story. Let me say, I want to say emotionally deep, although it can be. It's just okay. It's a very rich story about Luz. Yes, it's about Luz, the human. Who is getting sent away to a special camp because she's not really fitting the norm in society. And so her mom decides, I'm going to send you away to the summer camp. And then On her way there, she runs away and finds this portal that goes into the demon realm of the Boiling Isles, full of witches and wizards, and yeah.
Okay, sounds
And then
like a great show.
at its roots, its theme is mostly found family, and real family and stuff like that. But yeah,
Is that a theme that resonates with you particularly?
found family, absolutely.
Okay. From what I know of you, I'm not surprised.
Yes, it resonates with a lot of folks as well, and that's why it does gangbusters. And there's such a huge rooted fan base for it.
Tell me, Kyle, have you do you watch Owl House?
I have not seen Owl House. I've watched Gravity Falls.
Dana Terrace comes from Gravity Falls, so
Exactly. I knew that.
Yep.
I have a question.
What else?
And
Yeah,
Alex
Ladybug.
Hirsch is used to be kind of involved heavily with Owl House, and then now is just
Used to
kind
be
of a voice.
kind of involved heavily.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more there, but that's more tabloid stuff. But yeah,
That's fine. The Ladybug show, is that something that's currently on? Is this just a new season or something like
yeah,
that?
it's either French or French Canadian. I don't remember which.
I think it's actually French because I've seen
Okay.
ads for it in France. So I was
Okay.
wondering if it was just coming here now or whether
and then
it was.
it's been on for a little while now, at least as long as I've been watching Disney Channel regularly, with Big City Greens and Owl House and all those Amphibia. But honestly, it's when I change the channel. But sorry, everybody. Sorry. No, it's a French series, and then it just airs here, kind of like Bluey with Disney Junior, but it's Australian, and then it airs on Disney Junior.
And
I think I saw-
it's the biggest thing on Disney Plus.
And then Disney Plus as well. Yeah, is Miraculous even on?
I think I saw Big City Greens in there as well. Do you watch that?
Big City Greens is in there as well. Season 3's finale is some point this year.
you a
We're
fan
kind
of
of
that
on
one?
I'm a huge fan of that one.
And what is that one about?
It's about a family who has lost their farm and is moving back to their grandmother's farm, which she has had her whole life. It's been passed on through generations, but the city of Big City has evolved around it. So it's basically a fish out of water story of these country farmers getting thrown into the middle of the city, but still keeping like their family and heritage intact while this whole city's around them.
So this is the Beverly Hillbillies.
Green
Kind of.
Acres.
Yeah.
So
But none of that black gold.
Big City Green Acres.
there's Kyle at work.
Yep.
I know you watch a lot of the stuff that
Yep.
is on Disney Channel, and I don't mean this in any kind of derogatory way, but that a lot of adults don't even bother with because it's
No.
on Disney Channel.
We
So
talked
what
about this
what
for
else-
2 years.
What else are we missing? Big City Green, Owl House. What else are we missing? Should we be checking out in the realm of animation?
Well, those are the two big ones. And
Okay.
I really think Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur will also fit into that market from what I could tell so far. I don't know. Do you want to bring up that one?
We
Yeah,
watched
go
it
ahead.
yesterday, but we can
We'll
watch it
segue
again.
that way.
No, we're gonna watch
It's
it
long
again
though.
today.
We can put it on the background.
Okay. Just the very fact that uses a Childish Gambino song that I never thought I would hear on the Disney Channel, I was just like, okay, what's this gonna be?
So yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, I really want to play it from the
And-
beginning, show the logo. We don't have to be quiet through the whole thing. You can find this on YouTube, but
The whole style of it too is just I really like the style of it. There's a shot coming up in here where they're chasing. Is this the same one I watched? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm just making sure. Just making sure. Sometimes I see things that not everybody else sees right away.
Remember your most important ingredient.
But
the
yeah, there's
style
a
of
shot
the-
where there's a chase scene, and you can see like from the lower point of view with the feet. I thought that was really cool. From what I could tell from the clip, I don't know about the rest of the show. Could use more Dinosaur. Just saying. But
this whole style, well, first of all, that panel coming over is very comic book, but this
Yes.
reminds me a bit of Spider-Verse.
yeah, and I think that's what they're trying to grasp without basically saying, no, it's Spider-Verse. The bright colors, I think, work well for what it is, but I feel like after a while I'm going to need that commercial break.
so is this what you anticipate the show? Like, there's very little dialogue here. This is just a promo, right? We don't expect the actual show to be. This
Not
bunch
all of this. This
visuals.
looks like a fight. So
No, but
maybe
yeah,
this is-
but if you go back to like comic books and graphic novels, anytime there's action, there's very little dialogue, and you're just going through pages of illustration. So,
And you think that'll carry over here?
I think so. Based on this, like you just said, they might do music, as is here, but
Is this a franchise you're familiar with?
not really.
Okay, but you are excited about
Dinosaur.
this.
Dinosaurs, yes. I'm excited about the look. I'm excited for anything new, really. You can't say you don't like a food unless you've tried it. So,
Not true. I can
I
say
don't.
it.
Yeah, I mean, that's so shallow. Okay. And then by request, we're going to look at something else while Tony talks about it.
I'm not going to say by request. I thought this is what you meant because you said that animation thing. Sorry for assuming this is what you're talking about. But this is I forgot the company right off the hat. But this is a touring exhibit similar from the creators of the
just in several locations.
Yeah.
I thought it was
yesterday.
Okay, I thought it was expanding too. I must have misinterpreted that.
Well, it is, but touring would mean that they close in one place and open in another one.
Got it. Wow, Chicken Little. I didn't see that clip. So I actually watched the virtual press conference for this, and I submitted a question because they kept talking. Okay, let me go back. This is basically from the creators of the Living Van Gogh experience thing, where it's completely immersive, wrapping around you. And as soon as I heard that with Disney Animation, I thought, okay, it's the animation building at California Adventure, but executed in a more modern, like gallery style way. So I was very excited.
And vertically.
And vertically too, and on the grounds, and I think it's on the roof too. It looks like in some
and with kids running around.
That's par for the course. But so I had asked in this conference because they kept saying, yeah, we're gonna have Frozen, we're gonna have Encanto, we're gonna have Moana, and then we're gonna have special moments from Frozen, and then they just kept saying those three titles again and again. And I said, if this is celebrating 100 years, or not 100 years, excuse me, if this is celebrating 100 years of Disney and all 62 features from the Walt Disney Animation Studios catalog, why are you focusing on those three? What can we expect from the classics? And all they said was, we'll have classics in there too. Thanks, guys.
In looking at the footage, have you seen some classics?
I saw some surprises already.
I saw Chicken Little.
I saw Chicken Little in there. I would not call out a classic, but it's cool that it's in there. I saw. I know in other clips I saw Lion King, which is to be expected, I guess. But I was looking more for like, show me some Robin Hood, show me some Pinocchio. That's good.
Pinocchio, they're the classic.
Yep.
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Sorry.
Come on.
Shameful. Goodness.
Yeah. They said the whole show piece of this exhibit is about an hour. So I'm excited to see that full loop because the one at California Adventure I keep comparing it to is only about 28 minutes.
So if this goes a few more minutes, it's conceivable that this sizzle reel is longer than Dumbo.
Yeah.
This is in Boston, Cleveland, Columbus, Denver, Detroit, Las Vegas, Minneapolis, Nashville, San Antonio, Toronto. I did see the Van Gogh exhibit here in San Francisco and was so much better than I expected. So I would highly recommend you check this out if it's in your neighborhood or if you happen to be in the neighborhood.
We're going to try and go to the one in Nashville because that's the closest one for us.
Gio's about to get technically.
Yeah, because Planes is not a Walt Disney Animation Studios, nor is it Pixar, everybody. So let's calm down with the Planes and Home on the Range. I have a motto. Every Disney movie is somebody's favorite Disney movie. Unless
I thought you were going to say your motto is on April 2, bust a move.
Unless it's Home on the Range, that's good.
Yep. We I was at an animation expo recently in Burbank, and they had a vendor there who was selling cells and sketches from animated movies across decades. And he had a collection for sale from Home on the Range. And I just sat and talked to him about 10 minutes about how nobody buys those unless it was somebody who worked on the movie that he encounters.
Roseanne has a private collection, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
All right, Tony. Question for you.
Answer.
I'm gonna be asking this of our guest at least until February when Happy New Year's officially can end. Give me some of your 2022 highlights if you can.
2022 highlights. Personally, or
in the realm of
professionally?
Disney, not the fact you got engaged, but in the realm of
Okay.
Disney.
So I feel like I have to say one thing, and it was in the realm of Disney. In fact, it was
Since
the
it happened
Sorcerer's
in
realm
Disney,
in
you
the
may mention
Sorcerer's
that.
Workshop of the animation building at DCA, which I've already been talking about.
Right
but
before it dead ends because the Frozen meet and greet. Right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Just making sure. Just wanted to.
Stole your voice to steal an experience. Yes.
What else? What else other than your beautiful engagement to your beautiful bride-to-be at the beautiful Disney animation attraction in average DCA? What else sticks out in your mind from 2022?
I don't know. That kind of overshadowed everything else.
Any movies? Any episodes? Any
Turning Red was
attraction?
fantastic. I wish my peers and colleagues liked it more. But
That's legit.
Kyle loves it. I know Kyle likes it a lot.
Any
Maybe.
rides that you experienced this year, even if they're not Disney, that you're like, wow, that one was awesome.
This year?
Or last year, 2022.
Yeah, 2022. I got to do Soarin' Over California again. That was cool.
Tony had a very boring year other than getting engaged. So we'll move
I
on.
was pretty much sitting at a desk with all these press releases for these things that I saw other people do.
My brother just said, turn off the TV in my house. I'm assuming, are we on the TV? Is he asking to turn us off? Because join the club. I was in my morning.
Your brother
TikTok,
want to see.
In my morning TikTok, Tony, I ran across this and I just thought of it, so I looked it up. Have you seen this? I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
I think you in particular will enjoy this. This is an official account. This is Disney Animation on TikTok. Hopefully the audio comes through clearly.
Hello, my name is Fox Carney. I'm the manager of research at the Walt Disney Animation Research Library. Did you know that 85 years ago today, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was released at the Carthay Circle in Los Angeles?
That was today?
Just as
No, this is from a couple weeks
beautiful
ago.
as it is.
Okay.
Come on, let's still take a look. Just think, inside this box are original background paintings from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Oh, look at this. Background painting of the Queen's throne. But you know, it took a process to get to this background painting. And one of the steps on the way to that is the layout drawing. And just look at all that graphite rendering, all the details, just with the strokes of a pencil. Thank you for joining us. And in the comments, tell us what film you'd like to see artwork from.
I just thought Tony might enjoy that. Did you?
I did. I don't like the odd ending. Look at all this graphite. Thanks for joining us.
It's a TikTok, Tony.
My attention spans are short.
I don't TikTok, and they're getting shorter now. At first, everybody blamed MTV and the MTV generation. Now I'm blaming the TikTok generation.
And now the communists have that artwork. So thanks, Disney.
As if they didn't before. Come on, Disney, China.
Oh.
What are you looking forward to in 2023, Tony?
Well, it's going to be a short year again for me because it's only a few weeks away. No clip? Yeah, I thought you were going to have the clip ready. Okay. World of Color 1.
Thank you. Did they put out a clip finally?
They showed a little bit on
It's not a clip, really.
Dick Clark's New Year's
They used
Rocket
some
Eve.
B-roll while they were like,
You could have the art. You could have the art. Yeah, but I will say I was disappointed, and my other half was next to me, and she just goes, "You didn't expect that?" Because they showed the Millennium Falcon fly through across the Paradise Bay. And I just kind of was like, oh, okay.
It's a big company, Tony.
Were you disappointed? You were disappointed to see Star Wars in there?
What? A little, because on your art you just show all these. It's like with the first one, where show the art. Where's their Star Wars? So it's safe to assume that maybe we're spared of Star Wars in this.
So Tony is already disappointed in a show that has not debuted, coming from the guy who says you can't hate a food unless you try it.
It's true, but I'm just saying I thought we were going to be spared of that. But again, I go back to the first World of Color, the original World of Color, the OG World of Color, where it's animation. Then out of nowhere, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Speaking of things that upset Tony, Gio was suggesting when the guy asked, comment what movie you'd like to see next. Someone say Shrek, because, one of the best Disney movies.
I don't know where you're going to see it since they took it away.
I got to see the King.
Yep. He was there for that one, yes.
Maybe the tears won't flow as much as we think.
They might. I've angry cried once at Pixar Live in concert, ironically.
Well,
so you're fine with that acquisition, and then I'm including Pixar in the Disney 100, but Lucasfilm, you're just like, no, let's just forget about that. Marvel, not important, not a real Disney studio.
But you don't look at the art again. I mean, you don't see Pixar in that art either. Oh yeah, you do. You have Soul.
Oh,
yeah.
Imagine that. The art is just art. It doesn't have everything. Why, if you could tell everything that's going to be in the show from the art, there'd be no point.
Pull up the original World of Color art.
All right, give me a moment. Don't sit there and wait while I do it. Talk about something.
Okay. Mac apparently cried during the Pixar Live in concert too, but probably not angry crying because there's a teenager behind him going, "Oh, this is from that stupid robot movie." And then, Monsters Inc. gets in and goes, "I don't understand what Pixar's obsession with jazz is." So yeah, and then that was years before Soul, so that's funny.
Not the best resolution, but is this it?
No. But it'll do. No, that looks like fan art, to be honest.
Could be. I'm sorry. It's hard to find original World of Color art, Things
try
change.
me. Hold on. I'll slack it to you.
Kyle, I'll just sit here and talk to myself. I remember seeing World of Color when it first opened and getting my fast pass over by Grizzly River Run and being in the
This is it, man. I'm sorry.
And from the movie
they had that.
This is
yes,
it.
That one.
That's Tokyo, isn't it?
Tokyo is World of Color?
No, that could be Tokyo's Fantasmic. No, I'm pretty sure that's...
This is World of Color.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because they have ones that are individual scenes, and then they have the old one. Yeah.
Anyway, why did you want to see it?
Because you at least still got the Pirates one in there.
Okay, but it still doesn't have everything that's in the
I'm
show.
telling you, you got...
Wow, slam dunk argument, Tony.
There is, because there's no Wally.
5 minutes on
all right,
that.
well, I'm glad. Hey, thanks for having me, guys. What a great debate team we've got going on. The LP High School debate team. It's fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. Tony is one of a kind, and I mean that in every way possible. We're going to do a...
Do you remember what was the pre-show for World of Color?
The Carnival of Color. Or Carnival of Color.
Tigger.
And they used the old Party Gras music. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tigger and
it was Tigger, Lumiere, Genie, Sebastian. There was 6 of them.
Oh, there were 6. I thought there was only 4 because I thought there was just 4 sections when it opened. And they folded to
maybe
2.
there were 4. I thought it was 6. But I know 3 of the figures became part of Paint the Night.
Yeah.
So and
Tony,
that was Lumiere, Tigger, and Genie. And maybe
so
Sebastian was 4th.
I know you're a World of Color fan like no other, but did you how early did you see it? Did you expect, had you seen videos so you knew how much you would love it? What was that? Give me some background on how this came to be.
It got delayed. I saw it. So I've had this obsession with Dancing Water since I was very young. There's a little roadside theme park in Oregon called Enchanted Forest that my other half and some others are absolutely convinced I am making up, and it's just my friend's backyard. No, it's a real place. And they have a water show there. And I saw it early middle school, and I was like, how did they do that? This is phenomenal. And it's very similar to what was at the Disney. Yeah, that place. It's very similar to what was at the Disneyland Hotel with Fantasy Waters, which I saw later in the probably late 90s, early 2000s. And I thought that was amazing.
There was the spectacular Enchanted Forest water show.
Oh my God. How did you find that so fast?
Courtesy of the Auburn Abroad YouTube channel. And
but yeah,
this is pretty much what World of Color was for me, by the way, but go on.
Woof. Okay. You gotta see it through somebody who likes it eyes. Anyway, moving on. So basically it's been this lifelong obsession, and then here comes the Bellagio in the late 90s, and then that evolved, and then basically Disney comes out and says, hey, we're taking this body of water that had a fireworks show on it for about 8 weeks, and almost took some people out with their spinning fireworks during Luminaria, which also is the serve of this current template on my lights, by the way, the inspiration. But moving on. Anyway, so you have this Bellagio style fountain with Disney music attached to it, and you have let's do it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was hyped since they announced it. And then I remember the projected timeline, and always everybody listening, do not make plans until you have an official date. Because the projected timeline, I want to say, was March of 2010, and then it ended up being like June of 2010. So I was there when they were testing it, and actually Laughing Place has, and it wasn't, this is long before I was ever part of Laughing Place, but Laughing Place has the best like testing footage I've seen from the Grand Californian, and that's actually, you can see it in its original context. But I was there in March of 2010, and I remember leaving the park thinking, okay, well, it's not going to happen while I'm here, and yeah, that one. And I left, and then I heard the Pocahontas scene from Harbor Boulevard area, or maybe it was Catella, but I definitely heard the music, and I was like, oh, are you serious? I was that close. And then it turned out it ended up getting reworked after these tests that are here into the World of Color we now know. I watched it once on a video after it had opened. I think it might have even been the official live stream they did with the talking Mickey, like greeting all the celebrities and everything like that. And then I never watched it again until I saw it in person in 2012. And I heard the soundtrack a number of times, but I never watched it again. And when I saw it in person, full on, like front row up on the water, it actually, Laughing Place contributor Chris Rex was with me, and he's about 6'10". Not really, he's like 6'4", but he ended up catching me because I almost fainted.
So by 2012, was it the same version, or had they already taken out Hellfire by that point?
Hellfire was gone. It was no, it was Extended Pirates, because the new Pirates was out, and we actually had the Brave section awkwardly interjected in the middle. But it was still amazing. Wally, still the best part of that show for me. The opening is still top 3 parts for me. But yeah,
did you ever see the Tron version?
I saw video of the Tron one.
Okay, and then they had. Have you seen the Prep and Landing?
Yes, we were there for when we were there in 2012. Sorry, 2012. It was the regular one, and then we were staying at Paradise Pier Hotel, and we saw them programming the final touches of the Prep and Landing one. And then the last day we were there, we saw the full Prep and Landing sequence in the show.
Nice.
Are you a fan of the holiday version?
The new one, Winter Dreams, I was not. Go figure. Winter Dreams, as hosted by, they cut out the part where it goes, Walt Disney presents, and it goes, Olaf presents, and I'm out.
That's so Olaf's ruined Walt Disney and Coco.
Yes. And then, but World of Color Season of Light, I think, is amazing just because it channels the same idea of the original World of Color, where it's more about the water and what we can do with the water and on the water, versus the 60th World of Color was absolutely the least favorite. I think of many a fan too, because it was a narrative documentary just projected on a mist screen with a little bit of like pizzazz here and there, but that's it.
Have you ever seen The Wonderful World of Water?
No.
Oh, the year that World of Color opened, you know how Knott's does the hanging?
Okay.
They did
At
The
Knott's
Wonderful
Scary
World
Farm.
of Water.
Okay. No,
I think after World of Color 1 opened, that Tony should do a ranked of all the World of Colors. I would be very interested in reading that.
Spoiler, it's probably going to be the 60th one. as the least.
At the bottom, yeah, but just
Yeah.
to see them all, once you get a chance to see
Well,
it,
we're
whenever
interested
that
in
is.
Does that include pre-shows? And then they also, Blizzard Entertainment, the people who made World of Warcraft, they do a private party at California Adventure almost every year, and they have a specially programmed World of Color for them featuring their products.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
need
really
you to do
cool.
one, like, because after they started, or when they started doing those pre-shows and tags and stuff,
Yep.
then they added the new effects because I don't think they always used the entire what was Screamin' as a palette,
Yes,
and they kind of
no.
did after.
I think it was Winter Dreams where they first did that. The show even opened with more stuff than it has now, and they had the bubble domes that would come out of the water. And you would see like when the aliens from Toy Story were there was 8 of these things, and they'd come out and just go ooh. 60th got CO2 blasts for Frozen, so when Elsa would come out and you would just have like giant funnels of fog. But anyway,
all right, we're not quite done yet, but I could listen to Tony talk World of Color all day long, and actually, since I know Tony, I have. But let's look at something completely different, but that still relates to Tony, and that is Pixar Day at Sea, which is about to have their first. And if Judy stops hitting the wrong button, we can actually watch it. So let's watch this promo Disney just put out today, and then talk about it a little bit. That was great. That was great. Tony, what did you think? Was that great?
I think it's weird that I'm like gonna walk around a ship and there's gonna be Toy Story characters lurking in the corners.
So Pixar Day at Sea launches this month. I think they have various cruises through March.
The first one's on the 7th, if I remember right.
And the days at sea are a lot of fun. They don't take over the entire cruise, just so you know. They usually just take over one day, and they just totally do the whole ship to whatever the theme. They have Pixar, they have Marvel, they have Star Wars. And for that day, the restaurants as well. And the highlight is really the meet and greets, tons and tons and tons and tons of characters. And Tony, being the Pixar fan he is, I'm sure he would have the time of his life.
Well, there's a rumor circulating there's going to be a new character we don't know about yet, so we'll see. That debuts on the ship, I should say.
Really? Oh, wow. That would be interesting.
But rumors are rumors, so it might not happen. But
that doesn't stop Tony from spreading them. All right, 2 other quick things, and then we're going to do our walk and talk.
Hey, if there's anything to talk about in the 2020s as we get into 2023, we're still spreading things. So
this is a fun tweet I saw this morning. This is from All Ears. It's a very well-known website. What does a 100-minute line look like? So they just did this fun little video at Space Mountain. I don't wait in 100-minute lines unless distance. So I just thought this was... Tony does wait in 100-minute lines because he would rather do that than use the virtual queue.
Correct. Because I have the option to choose whether or not I feel this is too long or not.
Really? I haven't heard you say that before, Tony.
Okay.
And neither has everyone else.
For our new viewers, this might be new to them.
And then over at Regal Eagle Steakhouse, Sam the Eagle Sipper.
I don't think it's a steakhouse.
No, it's Regal Eagle Smokehouse.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Sosa, which is closed now.
How cool would a counter service steakhouse be, though? Regal Eagle Smokehouse. The Sam Eagle Sipper is available on your list, Tony.
Oh yeah, and maybe not even for me. My other half saw it and sent it to me this morning before Laffy Place even caught wind of it. And I was like, oh, there's this Sam Eagle. She's like, I told you that 3 hours ago. You were in bed.
This sipper just really reminds me how much Sam Eagle looks like Sam Waterston. Too.
Oh my goodness, it does. I never noticed. Hold on.
But yeah, we might be making an attempt to go with it tomorrow. We'll see.
All right, let's do some investigative reporting here. Sam Eagle. Sam
also,
Sam Eagle, you are so right.
Kyle, what was the Saturday Night Live sketch that Sam Waterston sold something and he just like
Waterston? There's no T. There's no T. Sam Waterston.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
There was one. It was in the 90s. Like he came out and said, you know me from it's Law and Order, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm selling blankety blank. I don't remember what it was.
Well, the good thing about that sipper, though, is we don't have to debate whether it's half empty or half full because stopping in the middle is distinctly unpatriotic.
They had no money to pay for the funeral. It's so hard nowadays with all the gangs.
Doobie, you're on it today.
What about robots?
Oh,
This seems dangerous.
Yeah, I haven't watched this first, so let's just go take a look at it and see Sam Waterston. There he is. Oh, now this says Waterston.
Endorser.
Wait, this says Waterston. Now I'm so confused. So I'm sure that's his name.
Okay, I actually have seen that. I've definitely seen that robot before.
Yeah.
My bad is stun, not son. You guys were right. But Google autocompletes it as son. So everyone is typing it wrong, apparently. And then they bring up the right thing. Anyway. Great zipper, an American zipper. All right. I want to thank you both for joining us. We're going to shift gears now and go to a live walk and talk with Jeremiah Good at Disney Springs. So I will handle that on my own. Thank you, Managing Editor Kyle Burbank.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Peon, Tony, Betty, and we will see you both later. Kyle, I'm sure I will see you tomorrow. Tony, I'm sure I'll see you in Slack if you criticize me for calling you a Peon again.
I never mind. Later. We'll talk later. Okay, bye.
All right, and we're going to bring on Jeremiah Good. How you doing today, Jeremiah?
I'm doing well, Doobie. How about yourself?
Doing great. So Jeremiah is at Disney Springs today, and we are going to bring you a live walk and talk from there, probably focusing on a lot of new merchandise. You never know what else we're going to run across. So again, if you're joining us live, please feel free to engage in the chat and let us know anything you'd like to see or anything like that, any questions you have. So where are we starting? Looks like we're starting over by AMC, Planet Hollywood, the Balloon.
Correct. We just came out of the Orange Garage, so we're going to head down to the newly closed store and see how that looks.
Sosa Family Cigar, first day closed. Yesterday was their last day of operations. We'll see what's going on over there. How are the crowds today?
Not as bad as yesterday, but it is still busy. Like just watching the traffic coming out of the parking lot. It's a good day to be at Disney Springs if you're a tourist.
The weather seems not too bad.
It's about 82 degrees, but there's a cloud cover, so it's really nice.
Beautiful. Wish I could say it was 82 degrees. Looks like the Christmas decor is still up over here.
Yep, but the Christmas music has ceased, thankfully.
Thankfully, are you a Grinch?
No, the Christmas music down here really isn't that Christmassy. It's the techno Christmas bumping.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, let's see if we can let's walk into our first store and see how long we can last in here.
Vacation mode. So checking out some of the new some of the merchandise currently available, some holiday merchandise.
Yeah, it's like I think the only new merch we may be seeing will be over at World of Disney.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to say new.
But yeah, everything here looks good. You know,
what shop are we in?
This is the it's that shop. D-Style, Disney Style. Yes, Disney Style.
Great moments in LP history right there.
Where are we at? Yeah, this is all the Christmas stuff still isn't out. And this stuff will be out probably for a few more days. I know Christmas here lasts until next weekend. So
Someday we need to do a walk and talk as you go on characters in flight balloon.
we keep talking about that, but it would be pretty early in the morning. Oh, so this is one that I believe Mike has covered. It's this Star Wars marathon shirt with a checklist of blue milk, roast pork, macaroons, power converter. The shirt doesn't make much sense at all. But the backside is Stay on Target and has the different shows that are coming out with this unique logo.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first branded Disney Plus shirts that I can recall in a long time.
Where's the skeleton crew in there?
Yeah. If you needed an advent calendar, it is on sale.
I was wondering if the holiday merch was on sale. So cool.
Just the advent calendar, really. This is kind of cute.
We're in the Star Wars store now, I assume?
Yes.
Thank you, Mac, for helping us out. Disney style was that store we were in.
Yes.
Jeremiah couldn't think of.
Thank you, Matt.
What is the actual name of this store?
Star Wars Outpost Galactic Trader, D Tech originally, or D Street, I'm sorry.
I like the music in here.
It is very soothing. Yeah, not much new. If you want some select Star Wars Galaxy's Edge products, you can head over to the Trading Post on the other side. You can't get it here, but they have an advertisement to go over to the other side of this. Downtown Disney Springs. Wow, see, you have me doing it, Doobie.
Shut up. Yeah, I made that mistake yesterday on the other end. Any food trucks there today?
Just the normal, the Four Rivers, the mac and cheese. I don't know if there's still one in the back that I can't see yet. Yes, the local Green Orlando food trucks. But none of these open up until later in the afternoon.
Oh, really? It's 2 o'clock there. They're not open for lunch?
I know they usually, let's see, I believe 4 o'clock is what time they open. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 5 o'clock.
Oh, so just dinner. I get how much food can you store in a truck? You have to have limited hours.
So over here we have the Summer House. I'm sorry, it's just Summer House here. This construction is actually moving along pretty quickly. And those of you who
pretty close.
didn't get enough Christmas, there's the Star Wars Christmas tree.
Didn't get enough Star Wars.
Well, there's no such thing as enough Star Wars, but enough Christmas. Yes. Star Wars, Marvel Superhero Headquarters, Disney Candy Cauldron, one of the last remnants of Disney West Side.
What do they call this area now?
It's still West Side, but it's all just Disney Springs. I don't think they actually call it out anymore as different sides.
Oh, this is a good question from Tony Betty. What will open first? The restaurant we just saw under construction or Roundup Barbecue?
I'm guessing we'll be seeing Roundup Barbecue as soon as we start seeing some light cycles going.
So excited for Tron.
I will confirm you can still smell the smoke.
So this is the former Sosa family cigar.
Yep.
Today is the first day it's closed. Is the sign still there or is it down already?
It is gone. I will get that as I turn around. A guy did just walk up and try to open the door.
Oh, what's a cigar?
Really needing that tobacco fix.
I'm sad we never got to do Mac Tries a Thing at Sosa.
Oh,
Yeah, so dairy-free decadence. I saw this on the interwebs tomorrow at Salt and Straw. I have some lactose issues every now and then. I would not mind trying some of these.
some of these are left over from the Christmas season. I know the peanut butter brittle caramel fudge was one I really wanted to try. So
Every single one of these sounds spectacular. Every single one.
yes, this is a rare list where there isn't a cringe one. The red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting, I'm not too sure about, but it still sounds good.
Salt and Straw. What do you want to see reopen on the west side? Would you rather see Magnetron, Sosa, or the Magic Shop?
I'd rather see the Magic Shop. I used to go in there and watch them do those horrible, magic displays every time I was here.
I love Magnetron. There was something just really cool that to me said, I am at Disney World when I walked into that Magnetron shop and just saw a whole shop full of different magnets.
They used to have one up at City Walk in California. I can't remember what that one was called. It wasn't Magnetron. But I had the same feeling of like, yep, I feel like I am at a major tourist trap right now with thousands of different magnets available to me.
I love tourist traps, truly do. M&M store over here.
Yeah, M&M, House of Blues, City Works. Still nothing in the place of the Star Wars VR game, which was formerly the NBA experience. Drawn to life.
Amy asks, what are they going to put at Sosa's? Do we have any idea whatsoever?
None at all.
Sorry, Amy. No.
Again, I stand by my statement from Parks Talk yesterday. It's going to take, it's like radiation. The half-life for that to be clear, it's not going to be long enough for us to see in our lifetime what can take that spot.
Oh my goodness. You said cigarist.
I don't even think that's even close to a real word. Still, Avatar: Way of Water is being promoted down here. That's doing much better than I had actually hoped. But
this is what Sosa looked like just yesterday, frankly, and now it's gone. But give you an idea.
Oh, look, there's a giant wall up for Summer House.
Amy says, bring back Disney Quest. I'm guessing for the NBA experience, not for Sosa's family cigar. Yeah, I would love to see Disney Quest return. It won't happen, but I would love to see
it. It's like you can download it all on your phone at this point.
So Summer House, do they have an opening date there? Coming, blah, blah, blah?
Opening 2023.
Okay, that's something.
Yep.
What do we know about Summer House on the Lake? Let me see what I can find out.
It is Italian, I believe, judging by the spaghetti and pizza. And apparently they're going to get a lot of boats to park right next to it.
They have an official site, Summer House Restaurants. This is their concept art. Quite stunning, I think.
Where's the giant pineapple?
Bongos. Is that what it's called, Bongos?
Yes.
Is gone. And yeah, it looks to be Italian. They have several locations.
There is no more sign, but again, the smell sticks around.
Here, hold on for just a moment.
But it looks
I just want to compare.
And I'll pan down so we can have. There you go.
Well, I wanted to see it side by side. All right, thank you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, they actually took down the sign really quickly. I'm surprised by that, but they, as I said with Universal for many years, somebody sold their soul to Barney. Here, somebody sold their soul to Sosa. to keep that shop around well past the time it should be.
Cigarist is a word, by the way, but it's a positive word, not a negative word. That's what a lot of cigar aficionados.
Did you just go and look that up?
I got it sent to me by one of your colleagues. Amy with another comment. Thank you, Amy, by the way, for participating. Really appreciate it. Would they ever bring an In-N-Out to Disney Springs?
They won't bring an In-N-Out to Orlando or to Florida, so they won't bring one to Disney Springs.
Why would they not bring one to Florida?
Because it is a family franchise, like Sosa. But in order to open a franchise, you actually have to be friends with somebody in the family of the In-N-Out. I want to say Texas right now is the furthest west or east that it's gotten. And that's taken 50, 60 years now.
So I'm picturing if they did open an In-N-Out at Disney Springs, that the typical In-N-Out drive-through line would be actually at the entrance to the garages, and they would just go all the way around the block, and that'd be hilarious.
You'd have to go up one garage and down the other. Yeah, the backup for White Castle from a few years ago will be nothing compared to In-N-Out out here.
Is that White Castle backup dissipated now? I can safely go there?
Yeah, last time I drove by there, it was pretty easy to get in. Not that you really want to, but sorry, there goes our White Castle sponsorship.
So we are crossing the bridge, heading over to the former Pleasure Island, continuing our tour of Disney Springs this afternoon. Oh, I can't wait to live here. Look at all these awesome restaurants. This place has changed so much since I moved.
Pizza Ponte, still one of the best pizza slices on property.
What style?
Big. New York.
New York, flat?
Yes.
Oh, Gideon Mosley has a suggestion. How about a Mr. Beast burger in Disney Springs? Do you even know who Mr. Beast is, Jeremiah?
No.
You've never heard of Mr. Beast?
No.
That is such a generational thing. Wow.
Who is Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast is perhaps the most well-known YouTube personality. There is no one under 15 who doesn't know who Mr. Beast is. No one. And he likes to do these stunts where he gives away massive amounts of money to people who do various things. Last one to hold a car, touch a car.
Oh, yes, I've seen those videos. They're all staged, yes.
Yeah. And he also likes to, just sell cars for $1 out of nowhere. But he's become massively successful. Anyway, and now he has hamburgers.
If we start doing that, we could find 7 people, give them $30 each to act like they're about to win $1 million each.
I am not about to call Mr. Beast staged because he is worth a lot more than me, and I don't want to get sued. So,
in my opinion, isn't that the easy way out?
I do not believe it is widely assumed that he is staged. A lot of stuff on YouTube is. I do not believe it is widely assumed that Mr. Beast stuff is staged. So let's leave it at that and check out Gideon's. What do they got going on this season?
A long line.
Wow.
Yeah,
Every
I know.
Day.
Yesterday when I came by, the virtual queue was full and the line was still all the way down and around.
Every day.
Yeah, I have now adopted the Tony and Mac thought of it's easier just to drive to the other one.
So I know they have some new flavors I've seen on Twitter.
Could I get one of those?
Of course you can.
Thank you very much.
What do we got?
Yeah.
This is the January. It is actually the January.
Okay, well that's what I wanted. So we'll get that tweeted out so everyone can see it, and probably get that on our website soon. Do they have the cookie butterscotch cookie on there?
I will let you look at this because I cannot look at it and on my phone at the same time.
Yeah, this month's limited cookie, the cookie butter butterscotch cookie. So let me show you what that looks like because that's on their website. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've yet to get one. Every time we go there, we just can't get in.
Well, I didn't
So.
they don't care.
Yeah,
How about this? How about this, Jeremiah? How about a Roosevelt store at Disney Springs?
I don't-
Opinion on Roosevelt's? Are you a fan of their clothing?
I am a huge fan of their clothing, but I think because they do such limited runs, I feel like it would be like that shoe shop that was here for a short amount of time when Springs first opened. That would have a line every morning, and they would just, sell out of the shoes right away.
That's kind of silly. Whoa, a little bit of sea at Disney Springs.
Yes, but you can see it through your lens as it's not blurry, but it is very much. The font is not supposed to be that size.
A little bit of jaggies. This is over at Jock Lindsay's. Is that where we
This
are?
is, yes, Jock Lindsay's that actually had their holiday overlay removed as of yesterday. So they took that down really quickly.
I would love to know how that works for the tennis. Are they like given a time frame that they have to have it up, and then a time frame they have to have it down by, or is it completely up to them? Could you have the lazy tenant who still has it up at Easter?
Since Jock Lindsay's is Disney, they hopped right on that to get all that stuff down. I'm guessing that was the first one, and then they will expand out to remove all the big stuff.
Oh, we have an
AMPA
car just arriving.
Yeah.
Tony says Roosevelt's has an overall deal with Universal, so it would likely open up at City Walk first. Good to know, Tony. Thank you.
How do they have an overall deal with Universal when they have more Disney shirts than Universal?
Don't doubt Tony. Don't doubt Tony. Pan to the boathouse. Show everyone the boathouse, which is our favorite place to eat at Disney Springs, as well as Lou Mangello's. We go there every trip for a late night meal and dessert, and it's awesome.
I do love the boathouse. The baked Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Aviana is one of those shops that I own 3 pairs of these, and they're the most comfortable flip-flops I've ever owned in my life. But this shop never seems to have anybody in it.
Well, you just gave them a little promo, so I'm sure they appreciate it.
The Aaron McKenna Bakery, for all of you vegan. Yes, they're vegan. Great bakery. I love going there. It is a bit more expensive than normal stuff, but it is really good for the price.
And you're not a vegan, right?
I am not at all.
But it's still spectacular, even though it's all vegan.
Yes, I can remember the first time I went there and just walked away going, this is so good. And I don't go there often, but when I do go, it is worth it. Also, for those of you who woke up early and went to the Magic Kingdom and got your QR code, I'm looking at you, Tony Betty.
Mr. Toad is everywhere.
Yep.
That's the Mr. Toad popcorn bucket, which was, it still may have been really popular, just they may have produced a ton of them in anticipation.
Yeah, I think they did the Figment concept, and then they paid off because you can still get them. Speaking of Figment popcorn bucket, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of that.
Are we?
Festival of the Arts.
Oh yeah, that's here. Almost here. T-Rex on the right.
Is this a Gideon favorite?
It used to be back in the day. I'm not sure. I would love to go with him again now because he was always afraid to go into the one room with the blue light. It's kind of creepy. I want to see how he handles it now. But I think he enjoys Rainforest more because of the animatronics.
I think if I had to choose, I'd go with Rainforest just because they have bigger options on the menu. I mean, they both have massive options, but Rainforest always seems to have like good wraps and that kind of stuff.
Wicca Wicca. Jeremiah likes his Rainforest Ricky.
Right.
And speaking of rainforest, there's one of those here too, right across this bridge.
Yep. Hopefully, if we time it correctly, we'll get there just in time for the flames to just burn off my eyebrows.
Do they still have the person out front with the bird and talking about animals and stuff?
No, and I cannot remember the last time that happened. Like, not even COVID time.
Okay. I'm
So,
old.
like, I moved here in 2013, and I don't remember it being out there still. But I do remember when they used to.
Showing my age.
The volcano kind of needs to be repainted.
Didn't they just redo this volcano? How you doing?
Again, almost 10 years, Dewey.
Okay.
But yes, they redid it. I want to say they redid it about 5 or 6 years ago when they replaced the flooded flame problem that they had in there.
It was behind scaffolding for a long time.
Swirls on the water.
What is that? What do they sell?
Dole Whip.
Oh, Dole Whip.
And again, something that has changed overnight. Yesterday, I could have gotten Dole Whip holiday nachos, where today I can just get Dole Whip nachos. Has Mac tried that?
Have you tried the Dole Whip float with alcohol? The Angry Orchard Dole Whip float? That seems right up your alley. Mike Mack is our vice president of alcohol here at Laughing Place, among other things. In fact, Mac tried to predict all of the UFC champions a year from now, and we just posted that article. So, VP of Alcohol and UFC. Coincidence? I think not.
I feel like all these titles are turning Mac into a redneck.
Amy said, when did they take down the Trail of Christmas Trees, or are they still there?
The Trail of Christmas Trees ended in 2019. And then 2020, they did not have, I don't believe they did in 2020. And then they did it in 2020, is when they spread it all across Disney Springs to open it up, which I want to say was probably in the plans and in the works anyway. But when they changed around the security and adjusted the flow of traffic, that area used to be a horrible bottleneck. But it was great to walk through. But now you can walk through all of Disney Springs, and they have the Christmas tree hunt, where usually you'll get a button or a pin at the end of once you find all the Christmas trees.
So Jeremiah, we just put up an article. I know you're a big Festival of the Arts fan. David, I'm not sure if it's Perillo or Perillo, has just released some new art that's going to be at Festival of the Arts. I want to know, is this something you're going to be adding to your collection?
Oh, I know his work. I definitely own one of them, but that isn't something I'd be going after.
Okay. Jeremiah, not a fan.
Speaking of Festival of the Arts, here's a few pieces from past Festival of the Arts.
Talk without me for a moment, Jeremiah.
Oh, I shall then. I do love these letter ones. These are always fun. I hadn't seen this villains one. That's a really cool one, especially with the magic mirror at the top and Maleficent as the dragon at the bottom. Sidekicks kind of on the side. Although the old hag, I feel like, should be more where Maleficent is. But hey, the Hercules one is really nice. And then the Sword in the Stone with the different Merlins and Madam Mims on the sides are great.
I'm back.
Look at that one, Doobie. I feel like we should all have that one.
I like that a lot. That
Yeah.
with all the character. I want to buy that for Tony just because he's my friend.
Is this payback for your new title for him from earlier?
I know. I feel like I'm going to be making up for that forever. What store are we in here?
We are in the Art of Disney.
Ah.
Doesn't look like there's much new. Some great figurines. Now we can walk over to the true Festival of the Arts area because this is almost everything that was from Festival of the Arts last year is here. Doobie, you could give me that one for all the times you've called me names too.
That is my. Oh, I would love to buy that for my son. Do they have like a print of that, or just the expensive stuff?
No, they have a print and even a postcard.
I would love to get that. My son loves Muppet Vision 3D. That'd be great.
Yeah, there's. And I believe Dave is going to be at this year's Festival of the Arts. And if in case you're wondering what the price is, they tell you you don't get to know.
Do not like this system.
Again, probably the first actual piece of art that I chased down an original numbered for, and now it's everywhere.
It's okay. Okay. It's going to be worth the effort for you to get the Titanic pin.
I know. We are going over to pin traders next. These, surprisingly, I thought these would have sold out many, many moons ago, and I'm glad that they're still around. These are two that at some point I want to add to my collection. Since we were talking about Shanghai increasing their prices, here's a nice piece of art from Shanghai.
I like that. That is adorable. Truly adorable.
Of course, it's Jared, so of course it's adorable.
I got it at Jared's. But it's a different Jared. How you doing, Nikki B? Glad you made it in time to see Big Al. Dave Perillo will be at the Festival of the Arts January 13th through 17th and February 16th through 20th. Tony Betty is on the ball. Yesterday, we were talking about how this is the year of the rabbit and who are our favorite rabbits, and that was mine right there. You just showed her. Jessica Rabbit is my favorite rabbit.
I do love this piece. The original had neon around it, and that would be one of those ones I would love. And then as soon as one of the pieces went out, you'd just be like, okay, do you know how much it costs to get new neon installed? Disney Junior Super Kitties just put up this wall. Yesterday it was still 24 days of Christmas.
Oh, breaking news. Jeremiah will get a great picture of this for our site, I'm sure.
Super Kitties to the rescue. Now we are back to Christmas.
24 hours a day in this shop. 7 days a week. No, 300 days a year. It is Christmas at the Christmas shop.
These sketchbook ornaments are some of the best. I love so many of these. I'm just glad I do not collect ornaments because that would be, as soon as that Titanic ornament came out, I'd be here first in line.
It reminds me of the Hallmark ornaments, but nicer.
Much like Disney movies are nicer than Hallmark movies.
Don't go ripping Hallmark movies, man. Christmas would not be Christmas without a steady diet of Hallmark movies.
I don't know what Christmas time, but Christmas time is here.
Mike Mack would like you to find the Baymax Munchling for him. Thank you. Not now, but later.
The surprise box or the one that has been sold out just about every day since they released them. And there is also a Figment Munchling coming for Festival of the Arts starting on the 13th of January. That will probably be one of those long lines.
Fun fact. There is a carousel here, even though it's not in the name of the location, and yet at the boardwalk they couldn't pull it off.
You need some mismatched socks. Oh, our art. There goes the volcano.
Do you want to hear something potentially interesting about Doobie?
Always.
I have a sock subscription with Amazon, so every 3 months I just get a new delivery of socks. Every single white sock I own is identical, so I never have to worry about matching socks. I just grab any random two out my drawer. One gets the hole, just throw that one away, and all my socks are the same.
When Rebecca does your socks, you don't ball them up. You actually have to grab the individual socks.
Yes. Yeah. All my socks are the same.
Mine are also, but I still like to ball them up.
Just to make it tougher to do laundry?
I do my own laundry, yes.
All right, go on. 30% off.
Select lightsaber hilts, 30% off. And these are some of the older lightsaber hilts that they're just moving out to move in. This is something that happened a few months ago where you can actually purchase legacy hilts that were only available in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge here at the Outpost.
That looks cool.
So let me show you why this just happened, okay? So
if anyone's watching, we need that. We need that clip.
Well, let's analyze why this just happened. So I'm trying to take it off of the rack, but that's the backing of it because it's magnetic. So that's why they are all clumped together like that. So we could sit here and just have a camera on this and enjoy that all day long.
Oh, the great moments.
Uh,
Great moments in history.
Do you need a really wide-eyed Grogu plush or a sleepy Grogu plush?
How can you tell it's Grogu and not just like a baby Yoda, like a Muppet baby kind of thing?
Not even going to justify that.
Real question there. Apparently.
Again, if you need some advent calendars. Quick, what's this, Doobie?
That's a Tauntaun.
No. Trade it.
I don't know.
It's a Wampa. But the problem is he has both his arms attached.
Oh, I confused the Wampa and the Tauntaun because they're in the same scene and I just combined them into one.
Well, there's the Tauntaun.
Oh, I thought they spelled that on the outside.
And there's a Yoda.
I have the same question.
Older, wrinklier. It says Yoda on his tag. There you go. That's should have just gave you that answer right away. I was gonna try to be like.
I'm gonna play that game with Mike someday. Yoda or Grogu and find various pieces of merchandise and see if he can tell.
And his head would explode. Oh wait, here's an important tree for some of us. It's the annual pass holder tree.
I wanted to buy a tree like that, but they won't let me.
Well, maybe it'll go on sale for like 3 minutes at some point. Okay,
A rumor I can't stress enough rumor that Disney will be getting rid of the whole reservation system in the not too distant future. This is a rumor. If they did, Jeremiah, do you think they would at the same time reinstate new annual pass holder sales?
I don't think so. I think if that rumor does come to pass, I think that would probably mark the we're not going to sell annual passes for at least a year, so we can figure out what's happening.
Okay. Thank you for addressing that rumor.
And when you said in the not too distant future, was that next Sunday AD?
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Okay.
Find a Titanic pin. We're in the pin shop now, Pin Traders, which has been around for 20 years now? More.
98 is when pins really started. The pin trading started in late 99.
25 years about this place has been here.
Oh, and I know Mike tweeted out some of these, but these are the really cute 100th anniversary pins.
I love that look so much. So classy.
I do. This is where I could get in trouble. These pens are really nice.
Like to support Jeremiah's pin habit? Please contribute to our GoFundMe.
Look at the Snow White. Come on, you want that Snow White pen.
You know what's sad? As much as I love this stuff, that is one of the least attractive ones. And that is the least attractive one.
These are $14.99 each. So yes.
Can you still buy a pen at Pin Traders, any of them, for $6.95?
No, I believe the lowest is $12. So I do not see it. Oh. That is the first sign of the 25th anniversary merchandise in the Walt Disney stuff. So I wonder if that has come out.
25th anniversary of what?
The Magic Kingdom 25th. The Pepto-Bismol castle. You know how they've been doing the Walt Disney with the different seasons? Different years. That's the first version I see.
Breaking news.
They do have the Anastasia pin. But no, there is no Titanic pin.
So explain what we're talking about in terms of this Titanic pin.
Oh, sorry. The fine folks at Disney Pin Blog, who spend far too much time on Disney pins, because I go there quite often, I can tell you that. They apparently at the Disney outlets that are still available, across the country, they put a Titanic pin out that is just available there so far. Like, I haven't seen it in any of the parks around here. I don't think Mike saw it at Disneyland. Not that he was looking for it, but it's one of those ones that it would stand out as, what in the world is that? There it is. And it is the safe with the Heart of Tafiti jewel in it. And we have the Anastasia pin, which was fine. And then, of course, we had the Pandora pins, which tied in with, Pandora here for a handful of years. So the Avatar Wave Water pin and those weren't something that was completely odd. But a Titanic pin, I think, is probably one of those pins that I just look at and go, nope, I'm done.
So he says. So we are in Trendy. Is it still called that?
No, that is next door. We are in the co-op in the Nat Geo section, which all the Nat Geo items are 40% off. And I would love to say that is something that's special for just post-holiday, but I want to say the 40% off went up about 2 weeks after they brought the Nat Geo merchandise out. So,
yeah, I'm sure it's something they just have to do.
Now we are in the Marvel section of the co-op, which is very much like the Marvel store on the other side of Disney Springs, but bigger. And the Guardians of the Galaxy relics, which aren't just Guardians of the Galaxy. It's really any of the Infinity Stones that can be anywhere from 99 to 119. If you buy two, you get them for $75 each. And when you buy all of the stones, they can go in the Nano Gauntlet.
You have one of those, I'm sure.
No, I do have an Infinity Gauntlet. I did not get the Nano Gauntlet. This version, if I was going to get one, I would have gotten the actual one that first came out. This is to go along with the Infinity Stones that really came about when Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opened. And this is a great way to tie into some advertising for this evening, Doobie.
Yes, this evening, what's happening, Jeremiah?
Don't you have the schedule, Doobie?
This evening is Disney Trivia Live, so I don't know what you're referring to.
This evening we're doing we're returning to the Laughing Place Movie Club to talk about Wakanda, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
I am ashamed of not realizing. I knew that was coming up. I did not know it was tonight. And it is my job to know these things for the purpose of LPTV. So I am ashamed. LP Movie Club, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Jeremiah and others will be talking about Wakanda Forever.
Now, Mac, I have a question for you, so you can chime in. Was Spider-Woman in the deleted scenes of Wakanda Forever, or I don't know what's happening here? Do you want a giant puzzle? I guess 1,000 pieces isn't a giant puzzle, but this box is pretty big.
Getting our schedule because we have apparently Black Panther Wakanda Forever today, and I need to put that on our schedule, on my schedule. I'm anxious to get the world of Disney and see what Disney 100 stuff we may find there.
But look at this cute Woody Nutcracker. Oh, there it goes.
That is really cool. That's a cool style. Mac, thanks you for the movie club reminder.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be Mac, myself, our CEO.
I have not seen that film yet. It hopefully will be coming on Disney Plus in the not too distant future, and I can finally see it.
January 20th?
There is no official date. That is a rumored date, most definitely not official.
It is? Okay. I don't know where I saw that date from there.
Yeah, it's been around. Both that date and February 1st have been around, but as best as we can tell, nothing official.
Much like the Sam Eagle sipper from yesterday that was not official until today.
No, this one really isn't official.
Yes, I saw that when we posted some info about that. I definitely went and looked because yesterday when it just randomly appeared on Twitter and people started writing articles about something that was removed before anybody could confirm it, I was like, I'm going to wait on that one.
I mean, when you see something in a store, you see it, you know.
Well,
your fault that they take it away.
Yeah. Okay, so let's head out and then we'll head towards World of Disney to look for some Disney 100.
I am looking forward to seeing some Disney 100 merchandise. Again, we're at Disney Springs. We're live, and we're going to head over to World of Disney, see what new merchandise we have over there, especially Disney 100 merchandise. And, of course, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see, especially in the realm of merchandise, this is a great time to ask.
And then we'll lead
in the studio, and Jeremiah Good is the man with the camera in Florida.
Woohoo! And this leads right into Barely Necessities later this afternoon, does it not?
I think we'll be off before that starts. That's 4 p.m. on the West Coast, but yes,
we're talking merchandise right into it.
You're correct. You're correct. If you like merchandise at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern, you will want to watch Barely Necessities. And that's really going to start a nighttime block here on LP, which that'll be followed by the LP Movie Club. And that'll be followed a little break by Disney Trivia Live tonight. So fun night here on LPTV.
I am tempting fate by walking right towards Stitch.
Nail him. Nail him.
Nope, I'm safe. Oh man, I got some dribble.
Stitch drool.
So here we are in the world of Disney, Christmas style.
Super shy.
Is that a croc? That's not a croc, is it?
No, it's the newer type shoes, and that is Grogu. They're very light.
So you say it's Grogu.
I know. Hey, speaking of Wakanda Forever, what's going on this evening at 5 p.m.? 7.
LP Movie Club. We'll be discussing
RP.
Wakanda Forever. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
There's the heart-shaped herb, and this is neither a herb nor a plant or a succulent, just a nice little display. Okay, here we go. Oh. Guess this answers the question from yesterday.
What?
I'm trying to...
Oh, the beautiful snow globe. Here it is, with more snow than you've ever seen. Is this
With
one Cinderella Castle?
Cinderella Castle.
Yes, beautiful. Yesterday we saw the Disneyland version with Sleeping Beauty Castle. We were wondering if it would have Cinderella Castle out here. And it has so much snow.
Chippendale. Oh, I can save time doing mobile checkout, I was just informed.
It's a huge time saver. I love mobile checkout.
This is really cute. Like, I'm not a big, like, just the rubber toys, but these they did a really good job with.
We have a price on that?
Only $12.99.
Hey, those are cool. They look nice.
So here is the kitty cruise or kitty clothes for the 100. And then they're already celebrating the start of Tiana's Salt Mound adventure. And there we go. I feel like this is kind of a letdown after all of Mike's stuff because 99% of it is the exact same.
But we haven't seen it here. We haven't seen it live either.
Here are the water bottles that I was talking about last night during Park Talk. Again, yeah. I need another water bottle like I need another doobie in my head.
Could always use another one of those.
Popcorn, cotton candy, Rice Krispie treats, the fleece throw that is stuck in there like a rock. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the beach towel, not the fleece throw. And then again, Spirit jersey. The lounge fly, more Spirit jerseys, the sweatpants, and of course the Spirit jerseys for your favorite four-legged friend.
That's adorable.
And then
you like to dress your doggy.
Little ornaments. Daisy is rocking that. Like, she is all out. Here's the hat that Rebecca wants.
Yeah, that's the one.
And again, some more ornaments. And that's really about it for the 100 merchandise.
Cool.
But I would like to talk about this cat merchandise over here. That this is a new line. So this is hilarious. I don't know if there's a tail that rocks back and forth. Oh, yes, my eyes and tail move.
Oh, they really need to have batteries in there. I guess you can shake it and see it.
Well, there's no.
You can see the eyes moving. Okay,
Go.
stop shaking. Stop shaking.
But this is also really cute. Just a Cheshire Cat back rug. And the retro merchandise did so well, they're actually bringing back this style of cup. So this isn't the retro merchandise, it's the 2023. But, these were in the 60s and 70s very popular cups that guests would take home at Disneyland and Walt Disney World that would say dad or mom or some random name. Not some random name, that's too much space on there. But they would have that. Do we want to go back and look at the 50th merchandise really quick?
Yeah, there's some new 50th stuff that's just been released. What do they call it? The Finale Collection?
Yes.
Let's check that out.
And just to confirm, there was none of the 25th anniversary merchandise in the Walt Disney shop. So that will hopefully be coming soon. Because I feel like that merchandise is the one that everybody's been waiting for. And it will be how it wraps up everything is celebrating the 50th with the 25th that will probably sell better than some of the 50th merchandise. A beautiful new snow globe, which you cannot take on flights.
How much snow is in that one, I wonder?
$65.
I feel like snow globes haven't increased in price all that much. That seems normal.
I can't remember the last time I got a snow globe, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
My prices don't increase. No one buys them.
And then here again is some of the finale merchandise.
Iridescent. That's beautiful.
Those are the blind box, nifty 50 characters.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you want some of that foaming hand soap that we waited decades for while Tokyo tortured us, you can now buy 2 and get it for $12 each.
When you put it on your hand, it makes a Mickey.
Yes.
So cool.
This is a really nice jacket with embroidery castle. You'd better buy it pretty quickly because the cold weather will be here in 3 days and then gone in 5.
Unless you want to take it home with you. We have cold weather for weeks to come here in Northern California.
I wish.
Oh, I would trade places with you so fast. Of magical celebration. Almost over.
Almost, but still, we're not there yet.
Well, Germ, I appreciate your time with us today. We talked about a lot of things earlier, one of which were yoga classes coming to Disney Springs all throughout this month. Did we confirm that you're going to be covering that for us? You're going to be doing some yoga at Disney Springs later this month?
I have not heard this, but I would actually be up for it.
All right. I will make sure our CEO knows that. It's complimentary, so
there are very few things that I won't do other than climbing the treehouse on a daily basis. But let's stick together for just one more moment. Let's see if we can see the new emo if he has been released here.
Oswald?
Well, thanks for spoiling it.
Wow, that was pretty bad. Sorry. Wanted to show off my knowledge.
Does not look like we have an Oswald, but if you do want to dress your new emo as Darth Vader, you can do that.
That's dark. No. Yeah, that's dark. Merchandise fans, 4 p.m. Disney Barely Necessities, the Disney merchandise show coming up in 4 hours. I'm sure they'll be showing off the Oswald new emo among many other things. Missed today's show. So much we talked about. Go ahead, show some pictures while I talk.
Sorry, Mac. No Baymax.
Yoga classes at Disney Springs, Shanghai Disneyland. Ticket price increase, but still a lot cheaper than going to Disneyland out here. We talked about Pixar Day at Sea, a sneak peek of Sulfur Springs. We talked to Tony about what's coming up on the Disney Channel in 2023 and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Talked about the Sam the Eagle Sipper. And one thing I forgot to mention, I'm going to mention it right now. This day in history, 1994. Do you know what happened in this day in history in 1994, Jeremiah? It is Disney World related.
What closed?
Kitchen Cabaret had its final performances.
Yes, I was seeing that this morning. I never got a chance to see Kitchen Cabaret. I did see Food Rocks many a time and enjoyed it.
Veggie, fruit, veggie, fruit. There are no substitutes for We Very Veggie, fruit. So thank you, Jeremiah.
There we go. We just got a copyright ding because of that. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Jeremiah, for today's tour of Disney Springs. Thanks to both Kyle and Tony for joining me for our first hour. It was a fun morning here on Laughing Place TV. However you're watching us, YouTube or directly on Laughing Place TV, please give us a like and subscribe. And if you haven't checked out Laughing Place TV, please do so. laughingplace.com/TV. We're streaming 24 hours a day there, showing us whenever we're live like this, and in between showing lots of fun videos appropriate to the time period, as well as a constant stream of Disney news on the right border, headline news style, if you remember those days. So check us out, laughingplace.com/TV. Until we meet again, thanks so much for joining us today. We'll see you real soon.